Hello to all my friends out there. Hi, you guys. Well, here's what's left of the garden. It was pests, and now it is so hot out here, it's just frying everything. Let me show you what happened in one night. Something chewed all the leaves off. Thank God they didn't get the tomatoes. See how there's no plant? So, I'm not sure. It might go on the balcony. I'll worry about that later. This was a huge mess. Here's the windowsill celery. Just cut your celery. Once it gets roots like this, you can grow it in the dirt. So, okay, there it is. Even my mint plant was fried. It really needs some water. Okay, okay. What to expect for the next 7 years? 7 years of plenty, 7 years of lack, or something else. I just got home from the gym. Oh, I'm so glad I made this tea. What I will do is I will drink some, and then I will freeze it. That is good. Okay. Okay, so what is coming? 7 years of lack, 7 years of plenty, or something else? Well, the something else is coming. What's coming is inequality. So look to China. The poor people will be very poor, and the well-off people will be well-off. Everything will be great for them. So that is what we can expect. I think we kind of know that. So I am going to talk about some stuff and then what I'm doing. And hopefully it'll make some sense to you guys. Even if you don't want to do any of this stuff, at least if you are exposed to it and it gets as bad as I think it's going to, that'll be helpful. Okay, so now the easy thing to do is a meal plan for a month. So you might be going, I don't have enough money for a month to buy food or to plan for a month. Well, what you would do is you would plan for 1 week, and then you would do it 4 times. So rice and bean meal, that's what I had last night. I ate the rest when I got home. Remember this, it was a rice bowl with beans, fried potatoes, and taquitos. So I had some of that left, and so I just ate it. So a bean meal, a breakfast meal. I'm liking these poached eggs. I usually store up bacon or sausage, and you just bring your water to a boil, crack your eggs, drop them in there for 5 minutes, then turn the heat off, cover for 1 minute, and they're really good. And there's no mess like a fried egg. But it could be any breakfast meal. It could be a breakfast burrito, a hamburger helper meal. Okay, I happen to have stockpiled these, so these are good. Once a week I have this. I got these out because I thought this month, this is a tuna helper. This is good with bacon, like a bacon. You can put some peas in it. Parmesan cheese, you can put tuna in that too. And then I'm looking forward, I'll probably have this next month. I got this cheap sweet barbecued hamburger helper, but you can use pork sausage in this. So that is 4 tasty meals on the cheap. Okay, so hamburger helper meals, 1 fish meal. That would be, what I'll probably go through for is like some fish sticks or maybe a tuna casserole or a tuna sandwich. 1 hot dog meal. I don't mind hot dogs. I like hot dogs and rice or hot dogs and French fries. 1 chicken meal. Okay, I stockpiled a lot of full-bodied chickens, and so all I have to do is get them out. And what I did was I took all the meat off the bone and I froze it. So what I like to do is eat 4 ounces of meat. That's only a half cup. 1 pasta meal. Now these are not bad. Macaroni and cheese, spaghetti, hot pasta salad with chicken and cheese, since I have the chicken, or a beef stroganoff. Oh, the hot pasta salad would be chicken cheese with ranch dressing. So you make it just like a pasta salad, except you would use some chicken and cheese. Cheese is good in pasta salad, and beef stroganoff. Okay, then I have a couple bonuses: meat and potatoes, soup and bread, frozen food like pizza. I'm going to learn how to make a deep dish pizza, taquitos, frozen sandwiches, burritos. Okay, I'm going to make myself a tasty Alfredo meal. We have this really good place by my house. The price is reasonable. It's a pasta and chicken meal for $38 for 2, and that's actually pretty cheap, but I'm just going to make myself a chicken pasta meal. It's not going to be as good as a $38 meal, but we'll go into that in a minute, why we want to watch our money. No matter how much money I had, that is what I would do, because they say one of the fastest growing homeless groups is older women. Okay, today I bought 3 things for the stockpile. Okay, and the reason I bought these is because I have it in mind to make some jello with some fruit on top with some Trace Leche milk. So it'd be 2 tablespoons coconut milk, 2 tablespoons evaporated milk, and 2 tablespoons condensed milk. So you don't need any sugar because it's already sweetened. And then you just put this on top of your fresh fruit or fruit cocktail. But what's really good is you can make this and you can put it on top of your oatmeal with cinnamon. I'm going to try that. So I want to find low cost ideas. Okay, so now they're predicting that the inflation is going to last until 2030, which makes sense. Okay, so basically from 2020 to 2030 is probably going to be an inflationary period, a recession period. And we're not in the worst of it yet. Okay, they're saying there's going to be wars, that's obvious, and aliens. I think the wars are some kind of attempt to fix the budget. Right now, they're going from the petrodollar to the gold standard. So I said to my son, maybe we should buy gold, and he said no. And I'm thinking, yeah, maybe we should. But I thought, no, if they inflate the gold enough to pay the debt, that means the gold is inflated and all the little people run in, and you know, that's a good way to lose your retirement. It happens about once every 20 years. Now, another thing I see them doing is you're getting a handout, but to get this handout, you have to go where they direct you. So where would they direct you? Senior citizen housing, no thank you. That's for old people. Homeless high rises, So what they're doing is they're putting similar people in similar areas. So that goes back to the inequality. So all the poor people will be over here, all the well-off people will be over here. We can see that already if we're honest. So homeless, old people, poor people going to designated areas, and disaster areas are going to FEMA. Okay, there's going to be more government control of the school, and so more schools going to be online. I know several people going to college online now. One of my friends was a teacher, a college teacher, and she couldn't get a job, and they offered her an online job, but the pay was a lot lower. So that's probably going to happen. And also they're having more control of the curriculum, what they want done in the schools. More people are going to work from home. The shops are closing, the fast food places are closing, and there's going to be more home delivery. So those are good, pretty stable jobs. I'm thinking about doing that. So instead of going to the store, you'll call up or you'll do it online. Okay, more vegetarianism. I can see that. It's better for the planet. Okay, people are going to become immersed in their fantasy world. So you might be thinking, how would that happen? The same way the online platforms, it's like, okay, think about eBay. The little person puts them in line, and then these big companies take over. That's kind of what's happening in YouTube. And people, you know, are paying for people to manage their YouTube. I reject this. This is the real me. Also, this is kind of a good thing, online fashion. So the fashion houses are going to be able to direct our fashion sense when we don't go anywhere online. I like that idea, kind of. And then there's this no melody music, which people are going to come to prefer. It'll be sort of like evolved rappers. So it'll be like talking like kind of like to music, or you know, there just won't be melodies to the music. All right, and then think about this. Okay, so we want to get some food in our house: potatoes, rice, oatmeal, powdered milk, pancake mix, and biscuit mix. So let me give you another shot. So some of this stuff is kind of scary, but if you think about it, you can say to yourself, the handwriting is on the wall. What you don't want to do is let yourself unnecessarily drop into, like if you're in a fairly nice place like I am, you want to stay there if you can. I will try, but if I fail, you'll be the first to know. So we're watching for this inequality, and we're looking to China. So now, let's say older people, homeless people, poor people, like single moms. What you're looking at is a very small income. You'll be given like maybe housing, but then just barely enough food to get what you need. Just barely. So they're saying the universal basic income would be around $1,000 a month, or $1,200 for California. Okay, so now what can we do? Okay, I have been working on this. Number one thing is get free food. If you have barely enough money to get what you need, you want to get free food. That gives you a little bit more money for food. And I would say start doing it right now. Find the places, find a good one. Like I found a good one that gives you mostly fresh food. Drastically reduce the use of fuel. Okay, I have a friend, and she told me one time I had this terrible car, and I couldn't afford to buy a new one, so the mechanic said just drive to work and drive home and don't drive anywhere else. So basically just don't go anywhere, which sounds brutal, but how do you want to go without food or get evicted from your house? You know what I mean? Cut utilities. Okay, right now it's brutally hot. I have my air conditioner on. So I know for these hot months, my air is going to go way up. Unless I want to sit in here. I don't think I could sit in here without air. It's that hot. So I want to really watch every penny so that I can pay for my air conditioning. Number 3 thing is do not waste. Like today, actually my little bimbo was good from last night. It doesn't have to be expensive if you make it good. Okay, only buy basic amounts needed. So if you go to the food pantries, they give you enough food for 1 week, and then you go back the next week and you get more. That's what you want to do, even if you're buying your food for now, because it's so hard to save money. So the way I used to do this was 3 shirts, 2 pants, 2 shoes, 1 purse, 7 underwear and socks. So I would do that 3 times a year. And so what I do, now I have to have gym clothes. I would just get them half price. I can get them for like $3.50 each. Just get 3 shirts and 2 pants and buy only the amounts needed. And then say, okay, I'm only buying the amounts needed and I'm only washing 1 load per week. I haven't achieved that yet, but I'm working on that. Garden year round. So, okay, here you have it. What you kind of have here is a crop failure. But the only way you're going to learn to do this is just start doing it. Okay, so now they're saying, okay, so say you've got this $1,200 income. So they're saying, well, what you need is a 50, 30, 20, 50% for necessities, 30% for wants, and 20% for savings. So, okay, so say if you have $1,200, you're going to rent someplace for $600 in San Diego. Actually, I think you could rent a garage or a bedroom. It's a lot better than driving yourself down to your last penny and ending up homeless. So that would leave $600 for everything else. So basically in California, you have $1,200 for your necessities and there's no money left. And you'd be lucky to do that. How could you do this 50, 30, 20? Well, the only way is RV living or car living, and a lot of people are doing that. And this is another group they want to direct, like, you know, people voluntarily join these RV groups, but that's what it really is. You're directed to an area, or like here, we're getting these parking lots and you're designated to go there. You can sleep 1 night in your car though. As long as you're not obnoxious about it and you were just to sleep there and leave, you could pretty much get away with that. So what's happening is there's not going to be any wants and there's not going to be any savings. So the whole $1,200 is going to rent, utilities, and gasoline. Then we have these areas of personal care, education. Now seniors are able to get education free, and I think that people should continue to educate indefinitely. I studied real estate for the longest time, Rosicrucianism. I'm studying all various topics as I go along, and my son is going to find me a culinary artist thing. So I'll tell you when I find it. So personal care, you have to have some shampoo, but unfortunately you're probably going to have to buy the cheapest shampoo out there. So I am trying to figure out the best way to do that is to buy it marked down when you find it. Education, apparel and services. Basically no services. Cash contributions and entertainment, none. Healthcare, okay, in California you can get medical. I got Delta Dental and Vision Care. Okay, with Kaiser, you can get your examinations and everything, and then you just go to Costco and buy the glasses. So that's a pretty good deal. Depending on your income, you might be able to get it free. Okay, now, if you remember, I was doing spendable income of $50 a week. But say you have $1,200, you can't afford $200 spendable income. You will have no dollars of spendable income. That needs to be accepted. So we have the people who are doing very well, and then we have the other people. I mentioned to you I saw some fits in China towards like a woman who is a little better off trying to get a coffee. Now I want to talk about, okay, so back to the stockpiling, which is going to help you more than anything. So one of the things is make a pot of food, like yesterday my rice bowls, and you're going to eat it until it's gone, and you're going to stockpile canned vegetables because they make a lot, and you know, really they're probably better for you than frozen food. Okay, so green beans, cook them down with a couple pieces of bacon and make some cornbread or some bread, some fry bread. Number 2 thing is potato soup. So if you have powdered milk and you have potatoes, potato soup or french fries. This is going to have to be a way of life. And it doesn't have to be, think about the olden days, what they did. They had to grow everything. Okay, a potato soup, corn chowder. So it's easy to make. You just need a can of sweet cream corn. Baked beans, all you need is some brown sugar hickory beans or pork and beans. And you can have some coleslaw, homemade is easy. It's just cabbage, carrots, tomatoes with mayonnaise, pickle relish, and a little ketchup. Feature man. Okay, chili. And if you have some hot dogs, so the main thing is you're getting a little cheap food, some canned food. So you get it with the longest expiration date. You don't eat it this week, you don't eat it next week, but maybe you don't run out of food 1 week until a year. Just buy one every now and then. And then top ramen and peanut butter sandwich. So what I do is I stockpile peanuts, and you can have a top ramen with a peanut butter sandwich or peanut butter and crackers. Roast your peanuts at 250 and 10 minutes, turn them, and then blend them into the blender until they're pulverized. Add a tablespoon of oil. And then sardines, or you know, whatever kind you like, with rice or crackers. So you have a little stored food all the time. Just I changed this up a little recently because it's not a good idea to spend money, because you don't know, we just don't know what's likely to happen. I know what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen. All right, let me give you a shot. Once this gets into your mind, you know, the people who have some resources and money, they can really tighten up. They'll just swim around in their own pool, have a little barbecue in the backyard, go to church, have some friends over, maybe take a day trip. There's a lot of nice day trips. I think I'm going to take some. The COVID slowed me down. Become determined to reduce the outgo. So every time you spend $1, you say, could I get this cheaper? Okay, these, because of the 4th of July, these caffeine-free colas are on sale this week for $1. That's really cheap. So I bought that at 6 of them at Walmart. There's no cheaper. Anyway, everything I buy, I don't care what it is, can I get it cheaper? So I'm finding everything I need at the lowest possible price. I'm doing everything I can because this inflation is not ending. The wars are not ending. None of it's ending. I have been through a war, 2 wars, several recessions. Okay, and don't worry about what other people think, because just remember, they probably have some similar type problems, probably worse than you. Even if people inherit money, that can cause a lot of problems sometimes too. Okay, I asked myself, do I need this today? Okay, I bought something I don't need today, but I bought this hair color because I had it in mind to do my hair kind of a light red for Christmas. And you know, I was trying to buy bird food for the last 2 days and I couldn't find it. So I thought I'm going to get the hair color I need now. How about this one? Go without. So like, you're probably thinking, well, yeah, I can't go without. Well, all right, think about brushing your teeth with a drop of dish soap, then rinsing your mouth really good, and then brushing your teeth and your gums with a little paste of vinegar and baking soda. Just brush them till they're good and clean, you know, for a couple days. Or, you know, think about you're out of Comet. Believe this or not, I couldn't get any Comet at Dollar Tree, and I thought, I'm not buying expensive Comet, so I use bleach and a little laundry detergent. Also, I bought a couple of boxes of cheap laundry detergent in case I run out. So from now until the end of the year, I'm not making life miserable. I'm not buying a $38 pasta meal, because if I evaluate my income, I can't afford it. Think about this. When I go to the food pantry, it was $38 worth of food. So a good meal, like a good pasta and chicken and, you know, meal is $38. So like, you're pretty poor. Maybe you're not out on the street yet, but what if you get like like I was lucky, one of my tail lights burned out, and then the other tail light burned out, and my son was able to put the little light bulbs in. He fixed, you know, he went online and fixed the generator, stuff like that. So another thing for the rest of the year is save change. What I have in mind is to save my change for the next 6 months, and then I want to put it in a little jar and give it to the baby for Christmas. I want to get it into her mind to save money. We suffered a lot of hardship because of the Vietnam War. It was not a good time, you guys. The 2008 recession, where the real estate dropped, was a nightmare. That was really bad. What happened was the real estate dropped just about the time that the old people died and people were going to inherit money. So this time, maybe what's going to happen is just about the time people get their retirement. If they invest in gold, which would be kind of smart, it might not it might be smart if you could get out in time, but that's a problem. They say this surge is going to be very sudden. Okay. Also, this thing about, sorry, the service is so bad. We have to run our business at a bare number of employees. That is bad enough, but when the quality of the food is really pretty bad too, old food, smashed hamburgers, it's not so bad if they're free. Okay, I did a video that was a big breakfast for $5. So that would be good with the oatmeal with tres leche milk and cinnamon, like a breakfast sandwich. The breakfast sandwiches are good from Dollar Tree for like $1.25. Okay, so think about that. I still can't exactly find the content from the video I took down. Okay, I'm going to spend one more. Okay, now this is about World War III. Okay, now I want to talk about minimalism first. Okay, what minimalism is really kind of in a way is voluntary poverty. You're just going without everything except what you really need. I don't think that's a real good idea, because then when the hard times hit, you don't really have that much money. You might think you're going to scrimp your way through this thing, but the better thing is to adjust your way through this thing. Another thing that's rude is people don't want to be around poor people. That's true. That's not nice, but it's true. Okay, so now they're saying the end of times will be like birth pains. So we'll see wars, rumors of wars, moral decline, getting worse and worse, coming like an imminent birth. Okay, now think about World War III, trade war, power outages. Could military bases be hit? Could there be multiple hits? So if the power goes off, brace for impact. And if you're hit, prepare for more attacks. So you want to keep that. Biologic attacks. I think we've seen that one. Cyber security. So like the whole systems, one of the things that could happen is instead of, just nuking each other, they can knock the grid out. That's what I would expect. Insertion of computer viruses, stealing vital information, data theft, and hacks. Okay, hits of submarines. Those will be really bad. Panic and terror. You want to stay in the house if that starts going in. Destabilizing the banking. So this is why right now we're adjusting. Do we think some of this stuff or all of it could hit? I do. Critical infrastructure like bridges. Also these terrible storms. Dams breaching. They say if the California dams breach, it'll trigger, what is this called? It'll be like dominoes. Water contamination, hospital overloads, like the hospitals will be overrun. Also what they could do is they could cap the coverage on older people and hits to manufacturing, because they're saying now a lot of these businesses are closing because nobody's spending, nobody has any money. So in a few of these recessions, I had some money, not a lot. I had like maybe $3,500 one time. In the beauty business, maybe You know, I would have an extra paycheck. I would never go on vacations or spend money. I always made sure I had food in my house because, okay, if you get used to going home, eating dinner, and you have water. One time I read this book. This is a good book. It was a dumb book, but that's okay. This guy was sold into, he was captured, he was thrown into a dungeon, he was taken out, and he was sold into slavery, which was a big step up. And so he had been well off. So when he got out of the dungeon, he started doing everything that he normally had done. He did his work, he came home, he washed his clothes, he made a pot of food, he read some books. So back to the pot of food. The pot of food could be anything. It could be a vegetable stew. It could be a pot of chili. It could be a pot of pasta, anything you like. And just start doing it now and eat it all. And then I had the idea to sell books. And you know, there are people who have bought thousands of books. So what's happening is you might think the books are out of circulation. No, there are book vendors who have bought thousands of books. So if you have a chance to go to a thrift store, and they're marking the books up in some of the thrift stores, get books you're interested in and keep them in the house. And the other thing is get yourself some fun hobbies like my flower arranging. With this hobby, you want to buy a few flowers all the time. And I put a couple of flower videos on my X if you would, and also enjoy music. Okay, you can't stay miserable if you have music going that you used to like when you were young. I posted 2 or 3 on my X. I had Houdini by Eminem. I had some Liberace because my brother's an artist and he's going to be painting Liberace. So actually I have a couple of collectible little 45s, and those are another thing. If you can buy the old, guess what, you'll never find a Michael Jackson album. Never. Also, you'll never find any jazz music albums, you know, stuff like that. But you just never know, and it depends. And another thing is historical history. Good luck. I was lucky I found a good map for $1. And so, you know, you might be wondering what's going on over there in these wars. Well, if you don't have a decent map, good luck, try to find one. And another thing is they're going to be controlling our information. So, okay, you guys, I will see you soon. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And could you tell me where you're from under the comments? Like, are you from Europe? Are you from the South? Are you from the Midwest? I have quite a few followers from Houston, Texas. And also, most of my followers are here in Southern California. Okay, you guys, bye. I'll see you tomorrow. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And God bless you all. Bye.